Reya Sunshine TV. Oh, yeah.
Hey guys, it's Reya Sunshine. So when I asked you guys what kind of videos you wanted me to make, a lot of you suggested Q&A videos, and I actually had one I put together in the past with Tuesday Treat. So these questions came both from people on TuesdayTreat.com and also in my MFC chat room. What's your favorite porn to watch? Favorite porn to watch? I don't know. I'm kind of kinky. I just like anything that's like really like wrong or dirty. Like vanilla porn doesn't really do it for me. There just has to be some level of like something is not right here in it. Are you in college? I am graduated. I have a degree in psychology from the University of California. Have you ever had a threesome with a couple? If so, would you do it again? Yes, I have. And I would do it again. Let's see. The first time I ever did it, I remember I was really nervous. Like, oh my God, it's a couple. I'm like going into their sexual experience as like an outsider, and I'm gonna like not know what to do, and it's gonna be so awkward, this whole thing. And then it was like totally not like that. Like I was like the sex toy, like the vibrator they never had or something. So that was cool. And then there's other aspects to that story that I cannot talk about on here. Y'all might have to come into my chat room to ask me about it. What made you decide to be a cam girl? Let's see. I had my eye on the camming industry for years before I actually dove in. I started exotic dancing around the same time that I found out what webcamming was. And I went with exotic dancing because I've always been a dancer and a performer, so it came really natural to me to do that type of thing in person. And I also wasn't sure if I wanted to make it like a lifetime career because once you put something on the internet, let's face it, it's there forever. So I went with that, and the itch to cam never really went away. I guess, I really am a whore on the inside. Do you have any favorite sports teams? I'm a hockey girl. My favorite sport to watch is hockey, and my team is the San Jose Sharks. What does the tattoo on your arm say, and why did you choose it? It says, I like it in the ass, because I like it in the ass. Sweet or sour foods? Both. I love all food. Salty food, too. Maybe salty. Salty is my answer. Will you marry me? Maybe, if you come in my chat room. Do you think you will be a cam girl forever, and do you have any other future plans? Yes, I will be a cam girl until my dying day. Granny cams. No, I joke about granny cams a lot, but I mean, I'm sure it's the thing for someone. But I mean, I'm sure there'll be a day where I won't be webcamming. But I'm not worried about the future. I have lots of different strengths, and I'm thinking about maybe combining them together and kind of using the momentum for my camming career, and also my psychology degree. I'm also really into teaching dance and yoga, so maybe combining it all, being a mentor or some sort of teacher for other women in the industry, something like that. Basically, like using what I do with camming and my own strengths and building on from that. If you could be any animal, what animal would it be and why? Probably Albert. Albert has a life. He's awesome. His ears perked up just now when I said his name. He's so cute. And he has a teepee. What effect has the rise, no pun intended, and expansiveness of the sex industry had on society today? I guess I think a lot about like the reverse of that question, like society, the effects of society on like the adult industry, because things have changed so much with technology. It's really crazy. It's like pretty awesome that I can sit at home and like make my own adult entertainment and do that as a living. Obviously, the porn industry has an effect on society in some ways. I guess like people watching it kind of get their sex education a lot of times from porn, which could be a good or bad thing. They see porn as like real world sex, which may not be the case all the time. Can you sing? No, you do not want to hear that. What's the key to those badass arms, shoulders, slash biceps you have there? Well, thank you. The key is pole dancing and yoga. What do you say to another woman who criticizes or challenges you when she learns you work in the sex business of stripping and camming? So I've never actually had this happen to my face. I've never encountered someone who was like, "You dirty whore," to my face. I mean, obviously, like online, people say all sorts of things, but it's never really happened in person. What has happened in person, which has been kind of fun actually, is meeting someone new, like through mutual friends and hanging out for like maybe a couple hours. And then they ask what you do. So they have this whole like perception of you as like a normal person, right? And then they ask what you do, and you're like, "Oh, I'm an exotic dancer or webcam model or whatever." And they're just like, "Oh," and they like have this moment where they like have to figure it out in their brain, like, wait a minute. They have this like cognitive dissonance. There goes like the psychology, but they have like, "Oh, I see her in this way, like a cool person," and they're like, "Wait, she's a stripper," and then it's like, "Wait, she's like a normal person and a stripper," and they're like trying to like make sense of it in their head. So it's kind of fun to like watch someone figure that out. When did your love affair with heels start? I have pictures of me wearing my mom's heels when I was in diapers, so I guess it's just always been there. I was born with it. You are on your way to an appointment. You take the elevator to the 30th floor. There's one other person in the elevator with you, a moderately good-looking man over 21. Is it possible for him to romance your phone number by the time you reach the 30th? And if so, what does he say? Wow, this is a very good question. I mean, I suppose, yes, it's definitely possible. Um, Probably less has to do with like what exactly he says and like the overall vibe of the situation. Do you allow more touching in the club if you like the guy? I usually like the guy if they're like cool and respectful and spend a lot of money, so maybe. Thanks for watching the Q&A, you guys. Thanks for bearing with me, my first one. I'd love to do another Q&A. So if you have any questions for me, feel free to comment below. Also, let me know in the comments what you thought of this video. Give it a thumbs up. Help your girl out because she doesn't know what she's doing, but she's trying. And also subscribe to the channel. Same thing. Mwah.